Family. Hey y'all, it's your girl, Antrinette and I, back at it. Y'all, spirits on a roll, y'all. I just made it home from the last message. And there's another one. So, I'm just going to record real quick. So the message that was coming through is your body is the temple. You are the temple. I was watching another reading. I don't even remember what I was talking about at this point, but as I was watching it, I stopped because it was just your body is the temple. So I'm like, all right, let's go record another one. Let's see what Spirit has to say. So, most people, when we think about church, or we think about temple, or we think about receiving the word, the place that we go to, we think of the temple as a place that we go to receive the word. But Spirit is wanting to highlight that we first need to dial it back, right? There's a call for those who identify with church, temple, I don't know all the names, synagogue, all of the holy places, right, that you go, to dial it back, right, to bring awareness and to hone in on self and thinking about self as the first divine temple, right? And so what's coming in is a bit of some quantum concepts, right? But if we think about our level of awareness, right, we perceive, and not that, this is not to slight or to take away the divinity or the holiness of the place that we go to receive the word. But think about this. Spirit wants you to think about this, right? Your ability to perceive the word in the first place comes from within you, right? If one lacks the awareness to even know that they are at a temple, then what is it to be at the temple, right? And so I liken this to think about, so Spirit is telling me to think about a child, right? They're only able to perceive to the level in which they are to perceive, right? So let's take a toddler, right? You can take a toddler to the temple, and in their mind, they might be having a superhero fight right in church, right? Because in their mind, they are in their own reality, right? And right now they want to play. They don't care about the word. They don't know what's going on with the preacher, the pool. They don't know any of the concepts of church. They only know what they can perceive, right? And if they want to play and pretend like they're Batman, that's what the heck is happening, right? And so with that point, right, that same individual, that same soul, right? And we can take it to adults, right? Not every adult has the same level of perception, right? The same level of awareness. And so there are some adults, there are some people who will never gain that level of awareness, right? To even conceptualize temple, church, holiness, receiving, to live their reality in the same way as the way that you and I do, right? So the point is that if we take that lesson and apply it to the body being the temple, then really one truly is the temple, right? If you don't care for your body, maybe you are unable to perceive in the way that you need to perceive because you haven't been caring for your personal temple, right? I don't have to be in any particular place to receive these messages that I'm receiving, right? I have certain practices. I eat a certain way. And I'm working, everything's a work in progress, right? Like I'm not saying that I'm perfect in any way, but there is a certain level of things. There's a certain routine for the most part that I do that is intentional, right? That is intentional so that I can receive my divine guidance, my downloads, to be tapped in and connected into the work that I'm called to do, right? And so my level of awareness and perception, I have been guided to treat my body. I've been taught by spirit that my body is the temple, is the first temple, right? And not that I am trying to push this idea to you, but spirit wants you to know and wants to get the message to you, to challenge you to think about treating your body as holy as you would if you're at an altar at church, or if you're in a place that you perceive as holy and you go there with a certain level of reverence and respect, right? Maybe there's certain practices and ritual and things that you do to show honor and respect to the Most High, right? But how are you honoring and respecting and ritualizing what you do with yourself, with your body, right? What are you putting into your body? Are you confused? Is your memory slipping? Are you unhealthy? Is it hard to breathe? Do you walk, up 5 steps and you're out of breath? Now, granted, I'm not trying to hit at people who have, medical, you got what you got, right? And there's many different rabbit holes we can take this down, but I'm just saying, on generalizing, right? What state is your temple in, right? What state is it in? Is your energy on 10? Are you tired by noon? Is your intuition on point? Are you confused about the decisions that you need to make? Are you dreaming? Do you feel guided? Are you in your space of passion? You got passion in your work that you're doing? Are you tired? Are you resentful? Do you wake up in the morning ready to go to the places and spaces that you need to be at? Are you excited about the conversations and the people that you surround yourself with, that you have to go around? These are the things, right, that one can look at to see the state that they are in, right? The state of their perception, their temple, their body, right? It all starts with the body. And your ability to perceive, to connect in. How do you connect if you're not, if the answers to any of those questions that I've just presented, and I'll say more of the negative things that I've just mentioned. Sorry, y'all. But if your answer is yes to some of those things, you're not, your energy is so, life is life in, but you're not gung-ho about it, in any of those areas. And maybe it's to a high severity, or maybe it's just a couple things, couple tweaks you need to make. Maybe it's amazing, great. Whatever it is for you, and throw it down in the comments. But yeah, the thing to connect you, right? If you are wanting to improve in those areas, right? There's a call to look at your temple. And maybe this is even just a new concept. Maybe you completely disagree. That's fine. But think about it. When you pray and you feel like you got an answer, you might have prayed at home in your bed. You ain't at church. You ain't at, If the thing that connects you to those prayers and those answers is about the rituals, the practices, right, that you are or are not doing with yourself, to yourself, for yourself, that stands in the way of receiving, perceiving, maybe there's something there. So, Spirit, anything else? The call, the time is now. It's time to connect. The time is now. If you're not walking the walk, for you, and it's your purpose path, right? Whatever it is, your purpose. This is about acknowledging and treating your body like a temple to connect to purpose. And Spirit is saying the time is now. For those of you who this message is for, the disconnect is about acknowledging yourself as the divine temple, of highlighting, becoming aware, thinking of yourself. This body is housing your soul and your spirit. It is housing your awareness, your breath connects you to everything. Your soul, your spirit is housed in this body. You only get one, right? For this leg of the journey, they say YOLO, right? Life is forever, but this part of the journey and this temple that looks like this is one time, right? And if you believe that life is infinite, then little 60, 70, 80, 90, even 100 years isn't that long. So connect to your temple, connect to your purpose, show up. You're being called, whatever the thing is that you're here to do. There's a lot of us that are being called to shift and move into what we're here to do. So this is about getting aligned with that, right? Being able to receive the nudges, being able to discern the direction in which you are to go, the people who you are to meet and greet, and the people who you are to leave behind. Maybe you're called to go somewhere, be somewhere, right? The clarity of that message will depend on how clean is your temple, Clean it out, right? Detox, whether we're detoxing food, what we're watching, what we're listening to, even the people, right? Like what messages? Is people gossiping? Is people, talking shit all the time? Is it, what's coming in? What's coming into your body? Be mindful. We laying down with the wrong people. We taking on energy that we don't need to take on. Spirits for some people. This stuff is real, y'all. We gotta we have to control the chatter. We have to control all of the information and the energy that's coming in so that we can hear where we are to be, where we are to go, discerning that voice is quiet. Usually it can be loud now. There's instances where that voice can be loud, but it typically is quiet, right? So whatever you need to develop, whatever you need to do to connect. If you've never thought about your body being the temple, think about it, consider it, try it, or don't. That's fine too. That's none of my business. But what is this message that I've been called to give you? So there it is. Is there anything else, Spirit, so I can go wash for the night? Spirit saying have fun. So yeah, this is the thing. It doesn't have to be, y'all, it don't have to be all complicated. It can be simple, right? Really divine. When you are in purpose, you are connected to divine. It's really simple. We overcomplicate a lot of shit, y'all. We overcomplicate things. Simple foods. Simplify your space. Get rid of shit. Clean your email. Clean your phone. Organize your space. Tidy up. Simplify. But have fun, right? Turn on some music. Sing a song. Dance around. Have fun with it. Add a little competition to it. Do a little cooking. Who can make the best healthy meal? I don't know. Get creative, y'all. But yes, that is the message. So, okay, the message is complete. Have fun. Thank you for allowing me to read for y'all, channel for y'all, and have fun with connecting back to your body in the most precious of ways, in the most loving ways, self-care, self-love. So back at it when another message comes through. Leave a message, some comments down at the bottom. I'll get some info out, more about me, more about my mission, more about Soul Tapestries, readings once I get it all together. So yeah. All right. Peace and love, y'all. I'm out.